Hello, and welcome to Rock Report number 16. This is your host, Darth Monkey, and handling the awesome visuals as always, DirectorGunner. Let's get started, shall we? First up, welcome aboard to all the new members of the Rock Raiders. With your help, there's no way the Great Asteroid Menace can stand up to us. This edition of the Rock Report is going to focus on what I'm sure all of you have seen by now, CitizenCon 2017, or 2947, whichever you prefer. First thing that we saw was pretty big. It's what's coming after 3.0, and it all looked amazing. They've made a giant planet city, or city planet. Oh, they've made Coruscant. Now, this is something that really wasn't even possible 2 years ago, but now it is. Now it's on the horizon. Stanton is really coming to life, and there's no doubt that you could spend your entire Star Citizen life just on this one planet. Hurston was another good-looking location, and it should, at least to us, since it is the mining and heavy industrial center of the Stanton system. This is going to be our temporary headquarters because of the opportunity it gives us to get accustomed to mining practices. We're going to stick around here until the redacted system comes online. So by the time we set off on our big move, we should all be pretty adept at breaking big rocks into smaller, more valuable ones. There's several reasons why we're going to use the Hurston system as our temporary headquarters. It's located about midway between ArcCorp and Microtech. There's already mining there, and it's being done on solid ground, so we'll be able to do more there. There's also 4 moons, and it's not too far from the Stanton System asteroid belt, so that gives us a lot of opportunities to do what we're going to do. The other big thing we saw was, of course, the Pioneer. Now, this one's particularly exciting because it confirms that one of our goals that's been around from the beginning is achievable. That's our secondary goal of setting up auxiliary bases and forward operating bases. We're going to need places to operate from so that we don't have to always start from the main headquarters. And this is going to allow us to spread out further and accomplish more. Depending on what kind of outpost we can set up, we could have mining operations going around the clock. Each base we build will be carefully considered before being built to make sure we are doing things as efficiently as we can. Now, one of the things that we learned about the Pioneer is that we're going to need a lot of people to crew these things. Once we get to base building, we're going to be looking for volunteers to help out and make this happen. So expect extensive testing of the building mechanics once they come alive. Alright, so enough about the things that are still a ways off. Let's talk about 3.0. So we know that 3.0 is coming up soon. And we've looked through the ships that we know are going to be available to us in 3.0, kind of narrowed it down to a list of the ones that we think are going to be the most useful to the Rock Raiders, considering what all we're going to be able to do in this update. This is by no means a list of ships that you have to have in order to participate. I mean, we're not picky. We'll take whatever you got. These are just the ones that we think will be the most useful for the type of prospecting and salvage we'll be doing in 3.0. For the full list, check out the text edition of the Rock Report, number 16, there in the Rock Raider group page. For now, we're just going to talk about the primary ones. So first up, we have the Caterpillar and the Starfarer. Now, both of these can act as vehicle and cargo haulers, in addition to acting as mobile command centers. The Starfarer has the benefit of more turrets on it, and we'll be able to use those more for protection in case we're in a semi-dangerous area, maybe thwart off any scoundrels. Next up, we have the Cutlass and the Constellation, grouping these together by what they're going to do. So we have the Cutlass and the Constellation. Both can carry vehicles and cargo, which is great because we'll need to get those transported out into various locations once we get the bigger ships there. They can also be used for search and rescue, something we hope we won't really need, but you never know. Doesn't hurt to be prepared. So lastly, we have the Avenger, the Reliant, and the MPUV. These are going to be good for moving people and cargo, as well as scouting areas from the sky. You will actually get to use that MPUV as long as we can get it there. And then as for vehicles, pretty much if it's in 3.0, we can use it. That's the Ursa Rover, the Nox, the Dragonfly. I don't think we're going to see the X1 or the Tumbril, but if we do, we'll be able to use those too. Again, if you don't have something on the list, don't sweat it. We can and will use whatever we can get ship-wise. What we really must have is people. On a side note, anniversary sale is coming up, so if you want to get something off that list, go for it. Well, Rock Raiders, that's all for now. Until next time, keep thinking about those rocks.